comments, we discuss it. Another set of 4, we discuss it so that the conversation would make meaning. Otherwise, if we want to do an open, we might not be able to structure. So, Atlantic Lithium, if you are ready.
Mr. Ramo, you are the best will be around as a bisa. We will some can on Canada. One will catch her now. Name Benjamin. Yama will catch you beer. One will listen 7 back. Two Baba Mobile as a
yes, and also to add that if you look at our program lineup, we were supposed to have snacks, but because of the timing, we have lumped the lunch and the snack together, so that when we close, we distribute all that. So just exercise patience with us. Then we do the conversation in a structured manner. So Atlantic Lithium would appoint 1 or 2 people to speak. Then we would get environmental people, EPA, then community development. You can also prepare yourself after Atlantic Lithium. Environmental, EPA are the next 2 organizations that will also comment on this. Then Nanano and the leadership of political organizations, civil society, local organizations will also speak. But we are not in a banter. So when you are to speak, just relax and make your point. It will be well noted because the consultants will take note of whatever comments you make, and it will feed into our report. So at this juncture, Chief Abdullah, if you are ready, we are ready. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and now all protocols observed. Let me say, presentation on here, there are a lot of issues with it. There are a lot of issues with the presentation. The first question I'll ask is, when you want to do a research on a particular, first thing you have to do is engage the company who's conducting the activities. And I don't know who this organization engaged in our company, which I think is a wrong thing they did. To my own opinion, they should have engaged us, know our stake, know the kind of things we are doing, understand our core activities before the presentation. Few points into the Ghana government every year. Have you conducted any research on that? Then see how much dividends they pay from exploration to extraction. Ghana government doesn't contribute a damn, right? But right after you have started or the industry has started extracting, Ghana government takes 10%. 10%, which we classified it as free carry. Did you do any research on it? That you are telling us that only taxes that the mining companies pay to the Ghana government, which is wrong. We pay royalties on the mineral that we are exploiting. So there are a lot of things. I don't want to talk too much here. And one of the slides I saw that the man mentioned that government said they should export the lithium to US. I stand to differ. That thing you pick out, I think it's a text thought, something you did and you just pick the information and that with your presentation. It is the stand of the company. If anybody listening to Honorable Abujinapo about 3 weeks ago, he was talking about 3 mining companies that are cropping up within a year, maybe next year. And he made us understood that they will make sure the added value chain, full added value chain in the country. And that days of exploitation, they will not deal with it again. This is a comment from Honorable Abu Jinapor. So the Ghana government is not standing that the lithium should be exported. Raw form of lithium should be exported to Tennessee. The Tennessee you are mentioning is coming from the company. The company has a partner called Piedmont. And Piedmont is building up a refinery in Tennessee, which the plan was to export the concentrate material to Tennessee. Why? Because if you understand the chemistry behind the conventional plant, it is a tough thing. So I don't want to touch there now. But what I want to explain here is the company is going to build up a plant, crushes, it will go to a DMS plant, then you generate a concentrate out of the raw material. So we are not going to just export the raw material to Tennessee or something. We are going to produce a concentrate, and it's a concentrate that we are going to export. The reason why we should export the concentrate is that I think the presenter mentioned that there is an automobile company who want to establish in Ghana. Have they established? Those who understand chemistry here, the raw material comes in the form of lithium oxide. Right? Lithium oxide has to be converted to carbonate. It goes through a lot of chemical reactions. Those who did chemistry should understand me. It goes through a lot of chemical reactions before you get your carbonate. Then after you convert to carbonate, that is not the end. You have to convert it to hydroxide. The hydroxide, if you don't have market for it, excuse me to say, within a week it will expire. So it's not easy to put up a conventional plant. As for the battery makings, there are a lot of countries who are making lithium batteries. But when it comes to the one the EVs are looking for, you need to have a lower contaminant like iron, which will not catch fire when you convert. There are a lot of issues in the conventional plants. The entire world, go and conduct your research. The only country who can convert lithium oxide to hydroxide currently, that they are producing a lot is China. China. The entire world. Australia, almighty Australia that everybody knows about in mining. They tried to build one. Currently, as I'm speaking, they spend extra $1 million on top of budget, and the conventional plant is not even functioning. $1 million extra. No, $1 million extra to the original budget, and still the plant is not in function. So if people start talking about value added, have you tried to do our research well to understand how the conventional plant works? You understand? So it's not something that the company is just going to mine the raw material, blast it off, haul it, and just send it away. A lot of people are mining phosphate here. I will urge you to do a research on the feldspar. There are a lot of small-scale phosphate mining going on. Some are illegal, some have licenses. That's where you should focus on. Excuse me to say. Because currently we have a lot of. The reason why I'm saying that is, I'm not joking. We have about 5 companies or 6 who are into ceramics in Ghana. They are into ceramics. And where is the ceramics coming from? It's coming from Fansmai. The raw material is coming from Fansmai. They have 2 companies in Tama. No, let me wrap up. I need to explain certain things. Let me wrap up. So there are a lot of companies hauling, how do you call it, phosphate here in this municipality, selling it to Takoradi and where? And that's where I believe IES should start researching on, not an exploration company, whereby we don't even have a mining license yet. Am I getting my facts right? Government has not issued us a mining license. So what are you researching on? I cannot go into agreement, community development programs with the community whilst I don't have my mining license. I think I'll not talk a lot here. I will leave the rest for another day. Thank you.
Mr. Razak, Odikan, Eka se Odi IS for mu ya okakra, esan se obuba ewo ya eba bonko na ono company na anka omu didwuma ho, omu ama omo. Anka na ne omu so wo kan na nkoma kan kene omu do omu dwumadi etudwa na omu aka so ye call Atlantic Lithium ho ni omu kan ye ni. Abeso omu hwehwe mu ni nyina no ene na ye da edikan omu so ehu bi etibi. Ntini yawa edikan a okan ye na oka se enye no prese agudie na ye tutu no edinome ana edinome beba esan se companies na omo ba omo tu agudie no efiti bra company ni ba ya oba be hwehwe asase no se o ade po abere ebi wa ha na wo se you ebi wa ha akosi da wobeka so kesi se na ye ditu mi krata ama me se mentu agudie ni sa kawo ni nyina no beti na hwehwe wa be se scary na kwa anya hwe enti ana wo wie pe wonyanya agudie no na wo hye ase a ofra bi Ghana cedis a wa 1 cedi mame na fa 9 cedis enti sa na meni na ye wi na nya ya ka se anya wo se lithium no ye di wudwuma wa ha nsa na ekọ no de tell me say sika ye di besi sa factory ani niama e wo se ye akwene ye di to ansa na ye process lithium no e ka bebre enti say o man na so aban ni sika ono na otu na de no jo also ton na de ono so wo aban na wo person process so ni sika ono so ni sika o bega so to si factory enti de wa me say okoton wa manoni enti simple. They tell me say allow